Speed deal's a bit of a different beast, but quite liked it actually. If the track's too hard to get the time limit in, just change the track, right? So I figured out with the gates, if you take the actual working part of the gate off the railing, you can position it in certain places to give you a nice lap time. It's definitely doable in sub 10 just using this method, so I'll be amazed to see what else we can probably do with it. I'll show you this one in full. You can cut off right up to the box, and it doesn't seem to do any damage to the box if you accidentally clip it, so you don't need to worry about taking ages with it. So you just want the box free from the railing, and then this first one we're going to take over this other side. I don't really need to do any extra customization on this, so to speak. We're just going to get the gate and we're going to stick it near the track where we're going to pass through. I do think you have to orient the gate like facing the way you would go through, because I tried driving through them backwards. I didn't do a lot of testing, but I tried driving through them backwards and they didn't really trigger, so it's kind of worth just putting them in the right way round. Also the aesthetics a little bit better, I suppose. So that's our final gate. It's worth a quick save because you can actually rip the gates off the wire. Just be careful about doing that. This next one will speed up a little bit. Try and get them to fall backwards if you possibly can, because it makes cutting them a lot easier. I was getting a bit impatient because once I'd done this once and I went to click quick load, I accidentally clicked reset mission, which I've done a few times now, so I was pretty good at doing this. Try and walk on the other side of this lamppost, because like an absolute failure I decided to go on the other side of the lamppost, so you need to shotgun it out. And then obviously the lamppost falls, doesn't it, onto the wire, so I have to deal with it again. Alright, okay, and that just gives us enough room. And like I say, this one is the one that if you're going to rip out, it's probably going to be this one. I'm not sure why, but I've ripped out loads. So stick it out of the way of this grass. You can drive over the grass, but it's really annoying. So just use bombs to clear it out. Careful you don't blow up the gate, so it's always worth a quick save. And then just tidy up the edges. But to be honest, this is fine, like how I've left it. You'll be able to get through quite quickly. So we're now going to pretend that this bit that I've blown up is the track, and we're just going to set our gate up here. You do have a bit of reach on the wire, so you can get it nice and up to the edge. Typical piece of rubbish there. Try and not do what I do sometimes, which is chuck the rubble onto the other bits of the track where you're actually going to go, because that's just pretty idiotic, but I'll keep doing it like this. And you might want to bang a quick save on just in case you mess up after this point. We're going to head down to the first gate, or our third gate, which is not that. I kind of wanted to shoot that this time. We're going to do exactly the same. Probably a bit risky firing a rocket launcher towards the car. I did it all myself, but I was just ready to be finished with this one, I think. And as I say, try not to get it this way around, just to get a lot more preparation. We're just going to grab this one, and we're going to take it up to near the start point, but before we do that we're going to drop it at the bottom of its tower, because we need to do on this one quite a lot of clearing. I found up at the red barrier it's actually better to set your bombs there instead of this bit, because I had to go back and get extremely that, so I'll speed this one up and save you a watch there. So these red barriers have to go. There's a ton of grass off the left hand there, I realise, and it slows you down. So fly your way through, blowing up all of these. And again I'll blow them all up and then we'll speed up this section. So be careful you don't blow up the first gate tower. You might need to get a little bit more gentle with it than I was doing. And then we tidy up the edges, make it look all nice. And this gate here goes surprisingly far, so you can get it right down to the bottom of the slope. Just again, don't rip it out after you've done all of that. It's probably worth a quick save. And you do get a decent bit of range on it, to be honest. It's probably being a bit over the top here, but you don't want to clip it, but you want it wide enough to get through. Yeah, OCD kicks in a little bit there, and I think maybe a few extra inches, but it's probably worth it. And that's your gate positioned. So the final thing is you want to go and get a car. I'm not sure if there are any faster cars in the map. I didn't bother looking in the building because these are plenty faster. Don't take it out of the window, because you'll literally write one off straight away, because the front splitter will just rip on the ground. So Try not to mess it up on the way, which is easier said than done. And then start it on the far left of the track, so you're going to take the racing line through our fake track, give it a quick save, and you'll definitely do this first time. It's just a question of how many goes you will give it. This was my first thing I'm going to go with this. Straight round, shoot the drift through there, you can see the gates light up, and then straight out the back, and it's 10.1, so, 11.1, I thought it was 10, never mind. You can definitely do it in less than 10 seconds doing this. Like, it's definitely a sub 10 job on there, just a little bit of optimisation on some of the routes. And anyway, have fun with that one. It's kind of cheeky, but I like it.